Hi all and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and this is the fourth part of my bike trip to Berlin. If you want to check out the first 3 parts, you can find them on my channel. And now let's start with the trip of today. Good morning and welcome to me and my sleepy head. The nights in the tent are still a bit rough, mostly due to the temperature and my thin sleeping mattress. After a rainy night, the weather this morning is beautiful, so I start the day early. My tent, however, is still not completely dry, so after I packed almost everything and took my tent down, I let it dry for a while having breakfast. As it was Sunday and the supermarkets were closed, I ordered a sandwich and a croissant by the campsite the day before. And however I do prefer to have something on my croissant, I did enjoy it a lot while also having the prospect of a beautiful day of cycling. And it even made me do my foot dance. When my tent was dry, I jumped on my bike and started the bike trip of today. I do wonder how other bikers do this, so question to you all, do you wait until your tent is dry or are you also sometimes just packing your tent while it's still wet? And as I left the campsite, I immediately found myself in beautiful landscapes, which became even more beautiful due to the sunny weather. After biking for a while through unpopulated areas, I crossed Hohenassel, a very small village, and a bit later as well through Burgdorf, which was slightly larger. Biking through these villages, I sometimes feel like I'm biking the same route as the day before, as some of these places look so similar. The next place was Beel, and leaving this, again, small village, I entered a different scene, a lovely forest. This was a really satisfying moment. Entering Steinbach, I encountered an industrial site which is a good example of an element or an area which you experience totally different when sitting on a bike than when, for example, riding in a car. Next is another beautiful little town which I don't know the name of, but it has these lovely German houses. And it's time for my lunch break. I'm not sure if people recognize this or if it's just me, but when I travel solo I can be very hesitant about where to sit for a break or where to go for dinner, for example. I just can't choose. So seeing this cute place, I decided to stop directly. And one thing I noticed during my trip in Germany is that the places to rest are sometimes really close to each other. So therefore, sometimes it takes a while to find a bench or something to rest on. And then it was again time to get back on my bike. After this lunch break, the route fairly quickly turned into an adventurous trail. And however it on some moments was quite a challenge, I also did enjoy it. Whenever I see a lot of beautiful horses, I always feel the need to stop for a while. Then I entered Vergelde, and as you can see, the sky is not as blue as it was when I started my journey today. Vergelde was actually one of the bigger places I had crossed the last couple of days. However, as it was Sunday, most shops were closed. These are the places where I like to take a break. And then I was back on a semi-unpaved terrain, which still reduces my speed more than you might think. However, I don't mind cycling at a slower pace. The grey sky, on the other hand, worried me a bit. And when looking at the sky, I saw a helicopter, which is again a good example of something you experience way more intense when biking. Since I have no control over the weather and it was not raining yet, I cheerfully cycled on. Until I wasn't so sure about which route to take. On moments like these, where my GPS isn't clear on which road I need to follow, I mostly use the trial and error method, which means sometimes I bike back and forth several times. And at other times I consciously deviate from the route as I follow my intuition to find interesting places to visit or cycle through, like I do here. Which leads me to this kind of skate festival, or maybe it's a competition. After wandering around a bit, I decided to go back to my original route. And without noticing at first, I entered Braunschweig, a larger city on my route, which biking through was a beautiful ride. The city, however, also gave me some really bumpy roads. On this beautiful square, accompanied by these slightly scary dolls, more of these in the next video, we have come to the end of this video. Different from the previous videos, this video ends kind of abrupt in the middle of day 5. And this is because I had too much material for only one video. So the second part of day 5 you see in the next video. So that was it for this video. I hope you all liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and take a look at my other videos and subscribe to my channel if you want. I really appreciate every viewer, so thank you and see you in the next one. So